and the world makes you king for a day, just go to a mirror and look at yourself and see what the man has to say. What is a soul full of potential and goodwill without proper guidance? Or better yet, what is guidance without these souls to navigate in the proper direction? There was a time in my life when I looked into the mirror, just as the one I hold in my hand today, and all I seen was a lost soul without a clear purpose. And when you lack purpose to live, is when you lack the power to live. Because of true mentorship, true love, and true sacrifice, my true potential did not go to waste. Many of my middle school and high school friends have been in and out of the prison systems, dropping out of high school, and becoming fathers at a very young age. And every day I look into the mirror and I was clearly headed down a similar path. With the countless odds stacked against me, I wasn't going to let my difficult circumstances hold me back. Odds that even date back to as far as my childhood and continue to this day. Being raised by a single mother, playing the dual role of a father, struggling to maintain work and make ends meet, I was deemed the early bird. Growing up, I wasn't rewarded the gift of a normal childhood, one would call it. I was always on a constant go, moving from city to city, shelter to shelter, and as soon as the struggle seemed to be fading away and things seemed to be working in our favor, it was back to government housing. A repeating cycle, ongoing cycle that seemed to never end. I remember one day when I was about 8 years old, and I asked my mother, why do we have new roommates every night? And I never asked that question again because the pain in her eyes spoke a million words to me. And it's from that point on that I understood our situation. And accepting this was far from easy. Going to school every day with a smile on my face, then going home, having to wait in line for food, just as I did hours ago at school. I was exposed to so much, and my youth path was fully covered in adversity. But no matter how tough and difficult the situation was, my mother never gave up on me. My mother knew she needed help, and she was not ashamed to seek out resources and mentorship to help me. My mother's actually here today. If I can have her stand up, please. It was through her strength that never allowed me to completely venture down the dark path. However, in this tough, difficult world, a mother can only teach her son so much. In high school, I made the biggest 180-degree turn of my life. And I say 180 degrees because if you make a complete 360-degree turn, you only end up right back where you started. In high school, I was blessed to join an organization, Distinguished Young Gentlemen of America, DYG. And it was then that I met two men, two amazing mentors that have significantly impacted and influenced my life journey. Mr. Ramon Alexander and Mr. Willie Williams, if I have you stand up, please, for me too, please. Where are you standing? And they both believed in me and stressed that I had special potential with the rare God-given talents. And at that time, I found that hard to believe, for at that time, I looked into the mirror and I did not see what they saw in myself. Prior to joining DYG, I never valued my education and always just did enough to get me by. A couple B's, C's, maybe an A if I enjoyed the class. I hung out with boys who in public would be deemed thugs or trouble by the public eye, showing no respect for authority on school grounds, showing no showmanship, being that kid that no teacher wanted to teach. I remember my 9th grade year, the dean of students looked me into my eyes when I got in trouble one day, and he told me, "You won't even make it to C your senior year." I was 15 years old, and I defied these odds and graduated with over a 3.0 unweighted GPA. And it was my consistent mentors that exposed me to not only my true abilities as a student, but as a person. It was consistent and genuine mentorship that guided me and kept me from becoming what many had predetermined and expected me to be. After graduating high school, I soon after met my current mentor, local attorney here in town, Attorney Wataki Akbar. I believe he's here as well. If I can have him stand up. Attorney Akbar. He's more of a brother you than anything. And he gave me the opportunity of a summer internship at his firm right after I graduated high school. And since then, it has turned into a full year-round internship, and he has taken me under his wing as his mentee. My first semester of college, when my living was place to place and it was unstable, it was Attorney Akbar that took me under his goodwill and provided me with a roof over my head until I could afford a place of my own. My rough life journey has suddenly seemed to begin smoothing out and slowly put me on the right path to achieve success. Attorney Akbar saw great potential in me, just as Mr. Willie Williams and Mr. Ramon Alexander did, and helped me take full advantage of life's journey. Without a doubt, effective mentorship has shaped me into the young man that I am today. I have successfully graduated from Tallahassee Community College with honors and a 3.32 GPA. And I will be attending the Florida State University in the fall, graduating in finance, with the ultimate academic goal of attending Columbia's law school. So, as many of you can see, it is individuals such as yourselves sitting in these seats today that make opportunities such as this possible for me. I strongly encourage each of you to continue doing great deeds, for there's an infinite number of young people in our community and across the world that are in need of genuine guidance and the critical services and support that you all provide. You never know whose life you can touch and give light to, just as you never know how you can help someone overcome significant odds. More so, you never know whose path you can make just a little bit smoother. So without you, what is a soul full of goodwill and potential without proper guidance? It is a soul waiting to be enlightened, and I have been enlightened. For me, as I look directly into this mirror, it isn't my father or friends whose judgment upon me may pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in life is the young man staring back from this glass. He's a fellow with ease, never mind all the rest. For he is with me clear to the end, and I passed the most dangerous, difficult test if the man in the glass is my friend. I could have fooled the whole wide world down the pathway of life and got pats on my back throughout the years, but my final reward would have been heartache and tears without true mentorship. I would have cheated the man in the glass. Thank you.